Are we live? Yep. Because it's not showing it over here. It's not showing a ticker or counter or anything. It's starting. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Sorry it took me so long to get on. We were trying to figure out a new my laptop so that I could get reading on there. Yep. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to start. We have Psalms 86 and 87 to read this morning, so I am going to start with 86 and then end the reading with 87 as to maybe cleanse our palate from all of the blah, blah, blahs that we're going to do. So here we go. Psalm 86. Great is your steadfast love, a prayer of David, which will also serve as our opening prayer this morning. Incline your ear, O Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. Preserve my life, for I am godly. Save your servant who trusts in you. You are my God. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for to you I do I cry all the day. Gladden the soul of your servant, for to you, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. For you, O Lord, are good and forgiving, abounding in steadfast love to all who call upon you. Give ear, O Lord, to my prayer. Listen to my plea for grace. In the day of my trouble, I call upon you, for you answer me. There is none like you among the gods, O Lord, nor are there any works like yours. All the nations you have made shall come and worship before you, O Lord, and shall glorify your name. For you are great and do wondrous things. You alone are God. Teach me your way, O Lord, that I may walk in your truth. Unite my heart to fear your name. I give thanks to you, O Lord my God, with my whole heart, and I will glorify your name forever. For great is your steadfast love towards me. You have delivered my soul from the depths of Sheol. O God, insolent men have risen up against me. A band of ruthless men seeks my life, and they do not set you before them. But you, O Lord, are a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness. Turn to me and be gracious to me. Give your strength to your servant and save the son of your maidservant. Show me a sign of your favor, that those who hate me may see and be put to shame, because you, Lord, have helped me and comforted me. Amen. All right, guys, here we go. The genealogy of Saul. 1 Chronicles 8. Benjamin fathered Bela, his firstborn, Ashbel the second, Aharab the third, Noah the fourth, and Rapha the fifth. And Bela had sons, Adar, Gera, Abihud, Abishua, Naaman, Ahua, Gera, Shepahapun, and Huram. These are the sons of Ehud. They were heads of fathers' houses in the inhabitants of Geba, and they were carried into exile to Manahath. Naaman, Ahijah, and Gera, that is Heglam, who fathered Uzzah and Ahihud. And Shahariam fathered sons in the country of Moab after, just a little bit, sorry guys. After he had sent away Hushim and Bara, his wives. He fathered sons by Hodash, his wife, Jobab, Zibiah, Mesha, Malcolm, Jesus, Sachia, and Mirma. These were his sons, heads of fathers' houses. He also fathered sons by Hushim, Abitub, and Elphal. The sons of Elphal, Eber, Misham, and Shemed, who built Ono and Lod with its towns, and Beriah and Shema. They were heads of fathers' houses of the inhabitants of Ajalon, and caused the inhabitants of Goth to flee. And Ahiah, Shashak, and Jeremoth. Zebediah, Arad, Eder. Michael, Ishpath, and Johah were sons of Beriah. Zebediah, Meshullam, Hiskai, Heber, Ishmerai, Islai, and Johab were the sons of Ilphal. Jecham, Zitri, Zabdi, Alinai, Zilathai, Eliel, Adaria, Bararia, and Shamrath were the sons of Shemiah. Ishpan, Eber, Eliah, Abdon, Zitri, Hanan, Elam, Enthrothriha, Epidia, and Penuel were the sons of Shashgak. Shamshiriah, Shahariah, Athaliah, Jehoshaphat, Elijah, and Zitri were the sons of Jehoram. These were the heads of the fathers' houses, and according to their generations, chief men. These lived in Jerusalem. Jael, the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon, and the name of his wife was Maacah. The firstborn son, Abdon, then Zur, Kish, Baal, Nadab, Geder, Ahi, Zecher, and Mikloth. He fathered Shemiah. Mikloth fathered Shemiah. Now these also lived opposite their kinsmen in Jerusalem with their kinsmen. Ner was the father of Kish, Kish of Saul, Saul of Jonathan, Malchishua, Abinadab, and Eshbal. And the son of Jonathan was Merib-Baal, and Merib-Baal was the father of Micah. The son of Micah, Pithoth, Melech, Tiriah, and Ahaz. Ahaz fathered Jehodad, and Jehodah fathered Alameth, Asmaveth, and Timri. Timri fathered Mosa. Mosa fathered Beniah, Rapha, and his son Elisa. These and his son Azel, his son. Azel had 6 sons, and these are their names: Azrikah, Bacharu, Ishmael, Shariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Azel. The sons of Eshek, his brother, Ulam, his firstborn, Jush the second, and Eliphelet the third. The sons of Ulam were men who were mighty warriors, bowmen, having many sons and grandsons, 150. All these were Benjaminites. Okay, sip of coffee and then we'll move on to chapter 9. Okay. Chapter 9, a genealogy of the returned exiles. So all Israel was recorded in genealogies, and these are written in the book of the kings of Israel. And Judah was taken into exile in Babylon because of their breach of faith. Now the first to dwell again in their possessions in their cities were Israel, the priests, the Levites, and the temple servants, and some of the people of Judah, Benjamin, Ephraim, and Manasseh lived in Jerusalem. Uthai, the son of Ammihud, son of Omri, son of Imri, son of Bani, from the sons of Perez, the son of Judah, and the Shilonites, Asaiah the firstborn, and his sons, of the sons of Zerah, Jewel, and their kinsmen, 690. Of the Benjaminites, Sula, the son of Meshulam, son of Hodaviah, son of Hasanua, Ibaniah, the son of Jeraham, Elah, the son of Uzi, son of Mitri, and Meshulam, the son of Shephatiah, son of Ruel, son of Ibnijah, and their kinsmen according to their generations, 956. All these were heads of fathers' houses according to their father's house. Of the priest, Jediah, Jaharib, Jachin, and Azriah, the son of Hilkiah, son of Meshullam, son of Zodok, son of Merioth, son of Ahitub, the chief officer of the house of God. And Adian, the son of Jehoram, son of Pashur, son of Malchijah, and Maasi, the son of Adiel, son of Jasarah, son of Meshullam, son of Meshilemith, son of Immer, besides their kinsmen, heads of their fathers' houses, 1,760 mighty men for the work of the service of the house of God. Amen. Of the Levites, Shemaiah, the son of Hashab, son of Azikram, son of Hashabiah, of the son of Merari, and Bakar, Haresh, Galiah, and Mattaniah, the son of Micah, son of Zitri, son of Asaph, and Obadiah, the son of Shemaiah, son of Galal, son of Jeduthun, and Barachian, the son of Asah, son of Elkanan, who lived in the villages of Netophathites. The gatekeepers were Shalom, Achim, Talman, Ahiman, and their kinsmen. Shalom was the chief. Until then, they were in the king's gate on the east side at the gatekeepers of the gatekeepers of the camps of Levites. Sorry, I got confused because there were normal words in there. You know what to do. Shalom, the son of Kor, son of Abiasaph, son of Korah, and his kinsmen and his father's house, the Korahites, were in charge of the work of the service, keepers of the threshold of the tent, as their fathers had been in charge of the camp of the Lord, keepers of the entrance. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, was the chief officer over them in time past. The Lord was with him. Zechariah, the son of Meshelemiah, was gatekeeper at the entrance of the tent of meeting. All these who were chosen as gatekeepers at the thresholds were 212. They were enrolled by genealogies in their villages. David and Samuel the seer established them in their office of trust. So they and their sons were in charge of the gates of the house of the Lord, that is, the house of the tent, as guards. The gatekeepers were on the four sides, east, west, north, and south, and their kinsmen who were in their villages were obligated to come in every 7 days in turn to be with these. For the four chief gatekeepers, who were Levites, were entrusted to be over the chambers and treasures of the house of God. And they lodged around the house of God, for on them lay the duty of watching, and they had charge of opening it every morning. Some of them had charge of the utensils of service, for they were required to count them when they were brought in and taken out. Others of them were appointed over the furniture and over all the holy utensils, also over the fine flour, the wine, the oil, the incense, and the spices. Others of the sons of the priest prepared the mixing of the spices, and Mattithiah, one of the Levites, the firstborn of Shalom, the Korahite, was entrusted with making the flat cakes. Also, some of their kinsmen of the Kohathites had charge over the showbread to prepare it for Sabbath. Now these, the singers, the heads of the fathers' houses of Levites, were in the chambers of the temple, free from other service, for they were on duty day and night. These were heads of fathers' houses of the Levites, according to their generations, leaders. These lived in Jerusalem. Saul's genealogy repeated. In Gibeon lived the father of Gibeon, Jeiel, and the name of his wife was Maacah. And his firstborn son, Abdon, then Zur, Kish, Baal, Ner, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zechariah, and Miltloth. And Miltloth was the father of Shimeon. And these also lived opposite their kinsmen in Jerusalem with their kinsmen. Ner fathered Kish, Kish fathered Saul fathered Jonathan, Melchishua, Abinadab, and Eshbal. And the son of Jonathan was Mirabbaal, and Mirabbaal fathered Micah. The son of Micah, Pithon, Melech, Teriah, and Ahaz. And Ahaz fathered Jerah, and Jerah fathered Alameth, Asmaveth, and Zimri. And Zimri fathered Moza. Moza fathered Beniah, and Raphiah was his son. Elisha had his son, Aziel his son. Aziel had 6 sons, and these are their names: Azrikam, Bochiru, Ishmael, Shiriah, Obadiah, and Hanan. These were the sons of Aziel. Chapter 10. The death of Saul and his sons. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled before the Philistines and fell slain on Mount Gilboa. And the Philistines overtook Saul and his sons, and the Philistines struck down Jonathan and the Abinadab and Malchishua, the sons of Saul. The battle pressed hard against Saul, and the archers found him, and he was wounded by their archers. Then Saul said to his armor bearers, draw your sword and thrust me through with it, lest these uncircumcised come and mistreat me. But his armor bearer would not, for he feared greatly. Therefore Saul took his own sword and fell upon it. And when his armor bearer saw that Saul was dead, he fell upon his sword and died. Thus Saul died, he and his 3 sons, and all his house died together. And when all the men of Israel who were in the valley saw that the army had fled, and that Saul and his sons were dead, they abandoned their cities and fled, and the Philistines came and lived in them. The next day, when the Philistines came to strip the slain, they found Saul and his sons fallen at Mount Gilboa. And they stripped him and took his head and his armor and sent messengers through the land of the Philistines to carry the good news to their idols and to the people. And they put his armor in the temple of their gods and fastened his head to the temple of Dagon. But when all Jabesh Gilead heard all that the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men arose and took away the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons and brought them to Jabesh. And they buried their bones under the oak in Jabesh and fasted 7 days. So Saul died for his breach of faith. He broke faith with the Lord, and in that he did not keep the command of the Lord, and also consulted a medium seeking guidance. He did not seek guidance from the Lord. Therefore the Lord put him to death and turned the kingdom over to David, the son of Jesse. Chapter 11. David anointed king. Then all Israel gathered together to David at Hebron and said, Behold, we are your bone and flesh. In time past, even when Saul was king, it was you who led out and brought in Israel. And the Lord your God said to you, You shall be shepherd of my people Israel, and you shall be prince over my people Israel. So all the elders of Israel came to the king at Hebron, and David made a covenant with them and Hebron before the Lord. And they anointed David king over Israel, according to the word of the Lord by Samuel. And David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, that is Jebus, where the Jebusites were, and the inhabitants of the land. The inhabitants of Jebus said to David, You will not come in here. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, that is, the city of David. David said, Whoever strikes the Jebusites first shall be chief and commander. And Joab, the son of Zeruiah, went up first. So he became chief. And David lived in the stronghold. Therefore it was called the city of David. And he built the city all around from the Millo in complete circle. And Joab repaired the rest of the city, and David became greater and greater, for the Lord of hosts was with him. Get a little coffee. Now these are the churches of David's mighty men, who gave strong support in his kingdom. together with all Israel, to make him king according to the word of the Lord concerning Israel. This is the account of David's mighty men. Jashabim, a Hachmonite, was chief of the three. He wielded his spear against 300 whom he killed at one time. And next to him among the three mighty men were Eleazar, the son of Dodo, and Ahohite. He was with David at Pas Damian when the Philistines were gathered there for battle. There was a plot of ground full of barley, and the men fled from the Philistines. But he took his stand in the midst of the plot and defended it and killed the Philistines, and the Lord saved them by a great victory. 3 of the 30 chief men went down to the rock to David at the cave of Adullam. When the army of the Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim, David was then in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then at Bethlehem. And David said longingly, "Oh, that someone would give me water to drink from the well of Bethlehem that is by the gate." Then the three mighty men broke through the camp of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate and took it and brought it to David. But David would not drink it. He poured it out to the Lord and said, "Far be it from me before my God that I should do this. Shall I drink the lifeblood of these men? For at the risk of their lives they brought it." Therefore he would not drink it. These things did the three mighty men. Now Abishai, the brother of Joab, was chief of the 30, and he wielded his spear against 300 men and killed them, and won a name beside the three. He was the most renowned of the 30, and became their commander, but he did not attain to the three. And Benai, the son of Jehoiada, was a valiant man of Kabzeel, a doer of great deeds. He struck down the 2 heroes of Moab. He also went down and struck down a lion in the pit on a day when snow had fallen. And he struck down an Egyptian, a man of great stature, 5 cubits tall. The Egyptian had in his hand a spear like a weaver's beam, but Benai went down to him with a staff and snatched the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and killed him with his own spear. These things did Benai, the son of Jehoiada, and won a name beside the three mighty men. He was renowned among the 30, but he did not attain to the three, and David set him over his bodyguard. The mighty men were Asahel, the brother of Joab, Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shamath of Herod, Helez of Pelonite, Ira, the son of Ikish of Tekoa, Abiezer of Anathoth, Sebekiah the Hushathite, Eliah the Ohahite, Masariah of Netopha, Heled the son of Baana and Netophah, Itha the son of Ribai, of Gilbeah of the people of Benjamin, Benaiah of Pirathon, Hui of the brooks of Gosh, Abiel the Abathite, Asmaveth of Baharam, Eliba the Shalbanite, Hashem the Gizonite, Jonathan the son of Shagi of Hararite, Ahiam the son of Zachar the Hararite, Eliphal the son of Hefer the Mecherathite, Ahijah the Pelonite, Hezro of Carmel, Nahari the son of Ezbai, Joel the brother of Nathan, Mibhar the son of Hagri, Zelek the Ammonite, Nahari of Beroth, the armor bearer of Joab, the son of Zariah. Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, Uri the Hittite, Zabad the son of Ali, Adina the son of Shiza the Reubenite, a leader of Reubenites, and 30 with him, Hanan the son of Makkah, and Josaphat the Mithnite, Uzziah the Ashterthite, Shammah the Jeel, the son of Hotham of Ararite, Jediel the son of Shimri, and Jeho his brother, the Tizite, Eliah the Mahavite, and Jerubah, and Jeshiva the son of Elnam, and Ithmam the Moabite, Eliel and Obed, and Jasiel and Mosavite. And that completes chapter 11. Yay! Wow. Unfortunately, I can't see if anyone has commented or anything on this certain thing. So, hello, everyone, and yes, and laugh and all that. Okay, so we're going to end with Psalm 87, which will also serve as our closing prayer today. And I appreciate all of y'all hanging in and struggling through that with me. Psalm 86, great is your steadfast love. A prayer, 87. Glorious things of you are spoken. A psalm of the song of Kara, a song. On the holy mount stands the city he founded. The Lord loves the gates of Zion more than all the dwelling places of Jacob. Glorious things of you are spoken, a city of God. Among those who know me, I mention Rahab and Babylon. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Cush. This one was born there, they say, and of Zion it shall be said, this one was, and that one were born in her. For the Most High himself will establish her. The Lord records as he registers the peoples. This one was born there. Singers and dancers alike, all my springs are in you. All right, guys. I will be praying for who reads next, and I hope that we are all joyfully enjoying this. I love you all. Have a great day.